Thank you, sir. So happy February 29th. It's a date that only happens once every 4 years. It reminds me to change my sheets. Now, it's often said that life is like a crap sandwich. The more bread you have, the less crap you gotta eat. But in Gavin Newsom's California, they mean it literally. California recently passed a law mandating a higher minimum wage for fast food restaurants, raising it from 16 to 20 bucks an hour. But it offers an odd exemption for chains that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item. Why? What difference does that make? Why shouldn't a restaurant/bakery be subject to the same laws as everybody else? Is the bakers' union that powerful? If you cross them, will you wind up with the Pillsbury Doughboy's head in your bed? No one will say. But according to a new Bloomberg News report, Newsom pushed for the bread exemption to help a longtime campaign donor, billionaire Greg Flynn, who happens to own a bunch of Panera Breads, huh? I know. You know Panera. It's the sort of place you go to when the other option is a vending machine. One that only sells banana chips. No one seems to be there by choice, and no one there looks very happy. It's as if the DMV had a cafeteria. And what's up with those massive bread bowls? I think that's where Dana Perino goes hot tubbing. Now, the new law is called the Fast Food Accountability and Standards Act, or FAST. And it's aptly named because it will cause more businesses to flee the state faster than a Taco Bell chalupa soaring out of your resentful butthole. Oh. You got to use that word once a year.
Setting the tone, Gutfeld.
Yeah, thank you. It's the scientific term. Apparently, the baked bread exemption has puzzled observers for months, but Newsom told reporters it's just part of the sausage making of politics. So what's that mean, sausage making? We know it has nothing to do with Gavin cooking. He prefers dining out, especially when everyone else is locked down under threat of arrest. The phrase refers to the unpleasant way in which a process is carried out behind the scenes. When someone says, you don't want to know how the sausage is made, it's usually referring to something gross, like actually making sausage or using the skin for Jerry Nadler's tummy tuck to make a parachute.
Oh.
But also, it's how politics is done. Gavin spoke the truth. When he makes sausage, he means making deals for his donor pals so they're exempt from the rules that he enforces on others. It's the whole reason why people like Gavin get into politics and why billionaires remain friends with people like Gavin, so they're immune from the political punishment they actually support. It's funny how Democrats really hate billionaires, except when they don't. Now, Flynn says the law would kill the franchising business in California, but says he played no role in creating the exemption. But according to Bloomberg, Flynn quietly lobbied Newsom's aides to reconsider whether Panera should be considered fast food. So now, out of all the fast food tycoons in the state, he doesn't need to worry about it. It's nice to have friends in high places like Gavin Newsom, who's really just a wannabe Jesse Waters, but with real hair. Meanwhile, almost every other fast food place will suffer. McDonald's can't just start browning loaves of dough to claim an exemption. It's predicted that Mickey D's could lose $250 grand per location per year. Sadly, the only thing getting baked at McDonald's will be the owners when they see their profits. Meanwhile, Chipotle is planning to raise prices too. True, it's getting more and more expensive just to have diarrhea. That's how I keep slim. But they all need to raise prices because that's how it works. When you make it more expensive for a business to operate, the business passes that extra expense onto the consumer, or else they'd go out of business, which ultimately doesn't matter because the elites are safe. Remember, laws are for the little people, and if you don't like it, get richer friends. So they pass stupid laws to break your business while giving their big shot friends all the breaks. But this also shows you how minimum wage hikes are harder to sustain than an erection while watching The View.
That's true.
It is true.
That is true. Can't be done.
Thank you. You
lot
are a
of fellas tried.
sophisticated crowd. But they're such bad ideas, even billionaires have to call in favors to get around them. Meanwhile, consumers end up with higher prices, workers lose jobs, and elites argue over the meaning of baked goods. Marie Antoinette famously said, "Let them eat cake," but unlike her, Gavin's head won't fit in a guillotine. Again, these are the same jackasses who let shoplifting run rampant, then blamed the businesses for fleeing. And they already are fleeing, and this new law won't help. Meanwhile, Newsom lurks outside the White House like a greedy relative in the parking lot of a hospice. Maybe he is the perfect replacement for Joe. Just like him, the corruption is baked right in. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Tickets to see him can be written off as a charitable donation. Writer and comedian Joe DeVito. She's done so many locker room interviews, her microphone has jock itch. Former NFL sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya. She was the inspiration for car alarms. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Tipp. And for him, there is no deep end of the pool. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NBA world champion Tyrus. Joe, you seem like the type that kind of hangs out at Panera. I don't know why. Maybe the desperation on your face. Do you consider it a bakery?
This is the first time I'm hearing of, the bread exemption. the world famous bread exemption. Don't want to piss off the bakers.
Yeah.
You get that after them, then the butchers and the candlestick makers are all. This is a classic example of rules for thee, but not for me.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to say. McDonald's has things on buns.
Yes.
I mean, those were baked during the Reagan administration, but it's still fast food. So I don't understand why we're supposed to expect that this is some sort of scientific process went into figuring like, oh well, if you bake, it's a bakery, you get this kind of deal, but if you are a McDonald's, you have to absorb the cost of the minimum wage going up, which is what's going to happen, and people are going to lose their jobs. 5 Guys is down to 3 guys now. They're overworked. So it shows how these are just scams, and that the people at the top, whether it's Gavin Newsom eating in a fancy restaurant or London Breed partying when everyone else was locked up, they have their own set of rules for them and their friends, and the rest of us, we're on our own.
In and Out becomes In and Out of California. See what I did there? A little wordplay. Very little, I might add. You know, Michelle, it's kind of interesting that the governor mentions that this is how the sausage is made. What he's basically telling you is exactly what he's doing. This is a payoff.
Exactly what he's doing. It's also like the time when he said, you know, when guests are coming over, you clean up the house. That's why we're cleaning up the streets of San Francisco. Just so guests can, like, the rest of you don't matter. But when we have guests in, we got to clean it up. So this is what he's doing. By the way, Shake Shack is becoming Shake Shanty. You know what else? It says that this excludes bagels. Did you know that?
Anti-Semitic.
Yes. Yeah. It excludes bagels and croissants. It says bake and sell bread where bread is defined to exclude bagels and croissants. So I guess that would mean, like, you know, maybe like a Starbucks couldn't do this. So yeah, this is very much. Whenever I think of Gavin Newsom, I think of slimy, and I'm not just talking about his hair. It's everything that he does is just sleazy. He's over-the-top affectionate for Joe Biden. He is that guy sitting outside a hospice waiting for someone to die. He's just gross, and he's ruined my home state of California, and I'll never forgive him for it.
You know, it just occurred to me, you know, my mom, it was French, my dad was Jewish. Croissants, this is an attack on me.
It's an
And on the last day of Black History Month, this shall not stand. This shall not stand. Stealing the spotlight, I can't complain now. Well, guess what? Both those restaurants wouldn't let me in, so I raised you one.
Can you explain to me the appeal of Panera Bread, Tyrus?
There is no appeal. Okay. What Panera Bread is when dads on the wrong side of divorce go to look like they're getting it together. So normally, most dads, we do our pickups at McDonald's. The ones that are still holding on.
Yeah.
Jamie Lizzo. The ones that are still holding on, they try to go to fancy places, but they can't afford it. But somehow, cheese soup in a bread bowl seems to be more successful than just a Happy Meal. So, there'll be a Panera, and then he'll try to order something cool.
Yeah.
Because he's changed. He's no longer the guy in his bathrobe all the time on the weekends. He's out now. He's trying to do more things. It's the saddest place on earth, just so you know. It's where you see grown men cry into their bowl. Because
Speaking of the
never
bowl,
works.
is this their way of trying to run the pottery business out of business by having edible bowls? Have we ever considered that?
No, well, the edible bowl is literally, if there's a word, it's called fat-tacular. When you eat so much that you have to eat the bowl,
I can't stop.
congratulations, you are fat-tacular. You are phantasmagorical. You have made it to the mountain of fatness. Please stop.
Are there any edible utensils?
Give Panera some time. But then it would not be good because the fathers use the utensils to cut their wrists in the car and cry. So it is what it is.
Panera is probably very nice. It's very nice. It's just that I've never.
It is nice. It's a nice place to cry.
Yeah.
I established that.
Kat, you worked at Boston Market. Could that have been considered a bakery?
No. Well, look, I actually kind of like Panera
Yeah.
because I'm a soup girl.
Yes, you are a soup girl.
Yeah, and it's not easy for us soup girls living in a sandwich and salad world. I'm being serious because you go to a restaurant, all I ever really want to eat is soup, and you will ask, what's the soup of the day? Someone will look you dead in your eye and say black bean.
Ugh. That is
Who
not a
wants
soup.
That? It's not a soup.
It's not a soup.
No, that's a can. Like a nobody. I don't want to eat a can of beans.
Yeah.
I'm not a homeless man riding the train.
No, we've got a guy for that.
But this is Panera is gonna be bad for Panera because you know what? If all the other fast food restaurants are paying minimum wage, Panera's gonna have to pay minimum or $20 minimum wage too, or else who's gonna want to work there?
Yeah.
You couldn't get a job at the other fast food place, like the most violent of parolees.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a major scene of gang violence.
Or everybody at McDonald's run out and get the little oven bake maker and start baking a little bit of bread.
Oh.
It didn't say how much you had to sell.
That's a good
We
point.
bake bread.
Yes.
Yes.
Easy bake oven.
Little easy bake oven,
Yes.
which we're open to sponsors to. You just put it in, plug it in, make a little cupcake,
And that's
you're
it.
good.
Like a girl
You're
that
good.
wants to make bread on Instagram.
Yes.
You're like, hey, we have a kitchen for you.
Yeah, and tax-free.
There you go. Well, I think we've learned that it all comes down to bread, and the more you have, the more Gavin likes
And the
you.
easy.
And not more wordplay, and there'll be more to come.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.